All right, shredders, all you MX National crew, motley crew that come and do our championship, and for those who don't actually, welcome to another Rewind show. I'm going solo with this one. It's been a busy few weeks between the last round at Lyng and leading in to Cusses this weekend. As you can see, weather's so good. Decided to just get this done out in the back garden. Um, we are super busy leading into this weekend at Cusses Gorse for round four, because, of course, we are running the straight rhythm on Saturday night as well, which is going to be a lot of fun. A new addition to that as well, by the way, not just some of the best riders, arena cross and supercross riders in the country doing it, like Woodcock, Chatfield, Brunel, the Clayton brothers, Walsh. We got them all racing straight line in for your pleasure on Saturday night. But of course, we got round four of the championship. So it's hotting up. We're at the halfway stage coming into this weekend. So yeah, it's been good. Looking back at Lyng, of course, another good, successful live stream, even without my cohort Swanee, who was off at Parlour, living the dream in America. But that didn't matter because we had great whip did him. But we had great racing at Lyng. It was really good. Track was, in tip-top condition once again. All the crew worked really hard, and I think it's a venue that it's old school, but it always offers up great racing. So long may we can continue to go to Lyng. So yeah, this is just a rewind show, an update of what happened basically, and our point scorers and whatnot. So let's crack on with it. I'm going to bring up. What should we start with? Let's start with this: the Keck's Fastest Lap Awards. So here's who did what for the Keck's Fastest Laps Awards over the weekend. And of course, this is the fastest time set in each class over all the races over the weekend. So not per race, literally, and not in qualifying. This is just for who set the quickest times. So let's get to it for the Keck's Fastest Lap Award. Here we go, going along the bottom there. Let's see along the bottom there. That is the times for each class for the Keck's Fastest Lap Award. You can see Elfie Getters Green knocked up a time of 2:26.160. Billy Askew with 2:15.6. There you go. Charlie Heyman, obviously considerably faster on a 1:25. As far as I remember, the whole circuit was used. Last time at Landrake, the smaller riders, the big wheels, they cut a bit of the course off, but not for this one. So Heyman with a 2:09. Bayless Sutton with a 2:14. So you get the kind of difference in pace there between Heyman against some of the 250 riders in the same class. Moving into the 250 Clubman and all the adult classes, you can see Wainwright once again clocking up a good not clocking up because he was quick, clocking up a good time there for another Keck's Fastest Lap Award. Adam Reeve took it in the MX1. Sean Springer, I think it was wild carding, got a good time there as well. And then Harry Bradley, who's consistently fast in the amateur. Moving into the faster bike classes, of course, Expert MX2, Shane Carlis, who was coming out and riding with us for the first time in ages. AMCA rider got to come out and race, so it was good to see him there. Jaden Ashwell, he was flying as well. Took a big crash actually in one race that kind of damaged his chances for the overall, but we'll get to that in a minute. Jamie Carpenter there with 2:15 and Harry Kulis with 2:18. If you're wondering, by the way, how is it that the expert class are that much quicker? Well, of course, they set their quickest times on the Saturday when the track was not quite as rough, basically. So that's why you're probably sat there thinking, Christ, how can Carlos be 4 seconds quicker than Harry Kulas? That's the reasoning why, really. So that was the Keck's Fastest Lap Awards. Let's move into the Planet Moto First Lap Leader Award. There you go, it's Planet Moto First Lap Leader. If you've been watching the stream, you'll know that obviously how we do this is the rider across the finish line basically on the first time around gets a point towards a Spanish motocross holiday in the off season, courtesy of Max and the guys at Planet Moto. So this is the current leaderboard for that. Let's bring this up. This is after 3 rounds. This is where we are at in the current standings. Going across the bottom, Billy Askew has been first over the line 9 times, therefore has 9 points ahead of Ben Wainwright 7, Tyler West got 5, Harry Bradley for 4, and Charlie Heyman for 3. So that's where we're at. In fact, Billy Askew done himself a power of good last time out because basically he was first across the line in all 4 of his races. So that's put him into the lead of the Planet Moto First Lap Leader Award. So well done to Billy. Be interesting to see this weekend at Cusses how that's going to change on the Planet Moto First Lap Leader. So that's where we're at with that. It's all good stuff, isn't it? We've got some good stuff going on with the MX Nationals, with all the prizes and varying things we do. So that's cool. One more of them, which was new to this year, and I think this is a great concept. Ryan at Moto 101 has come up with this great idea with us. It's basically this. This is the Dirty Hard Charger Award. So what that is basically the rider in 3 categories. You've got youth, then you've got adults. Why am I doing that? There you go. Adults, and then pros, elite pros. So they're the 3 categories. And again, this is basically the rider out of all weekend's races, whoever made up the most positions over their races over the weekend in those 3 categories. So this is who did what. It's always an interesting read, this one, I think. Let's bring it up here. So there you go. The winner of the Dirty Hard Charger Award for Lyng. And by the way, the prize for that is they get points towards this new app that Ryan's building at Moto 101 and Dirty, sorry. And what that is, it's like you can book online to go practicing at varying venues, even races. The app will be launched soon, so we're keeping all the points and storing them. And then they will go towards discounts. So you can get basically cheaper practice sessions, even cheaper race entries with the bonus points that we're offering. So that's pretty cool. So anyway, this is who did what. Tyler Westcott, as you can see in the final 250 moto in the youth classes, went down early, got on a march, and went from 22nd to 4th and made up 18 positions. So he wins that category. In the adults, it was Josh Jones. As you can see there in the Clubman MX2 Moto 1, he went down very earlier on in the race, come round 38th, and then worked his way up to 19th, gaining 19 positions. Solid hard charging ride from him. And then we had a tie in the elite. You got Petr Petrov there, as you can see, in the first moto, went from 14th to 5th, and Liam Knight, not far behind, went from 20th to 11th, both of them gaining 9 positions. So well done to all the winners there. That's kind of cool. Let's quickly sign off with all the winning, basically, and where we are at with the championships. I'm not going to bring these up on screen. I'm just going to read them out to you so you know where we're at leading into this weekend at Cusses Course. In the small wheels at Lyng, Alfie Getters Green took the overall with a 2-1-1-1, nearly clean sweeping. Blake Ward-Clark took the other motor, Wind coming second ahead of Sonny Rooney. In their championship, it's Alfie Getters Green on 2-6-3 with Blake Ward-Clark behind him on 241. Then Hayden Statt is third on 220. In the Big Wheel 85, both of these brought to you by Sintol. Billy Askew clean swept the weekend ahead of Jake Walker, who went 3-3-2-2, and then Josh Fell went 2-2 on the Saturday, but to finish third overall. So in that championship, Askew has a lead of 283 ahead of Josh Fell on 248, and then Walker is on 229. In the 125 youth category, incredible performance so far for Charlie Heyman. Basically, well, he's romping it. He's won every moto so far, which is an incredible stat. We're halfway through. Can he make it a perfect season? Well, he's halfway there. Ben Musto finished second overall at Lyng with 3 seconds and a third. And then we had Tyler Hooley with 3 thirds and a second. In the championship, Heyman an immaculate 300 points ahead of Tyler Hooley on 218, and Musto is on 216. So it's pretty close between those two. In the 250 youth class, we have Bayless Utting took the overall victory at Lyng, one of his sort of hometown tracks. He's from up that way. He got it done on the last moto of the weekend, actually taking the win. So therefore taking the overall off of Westcott, even though they tied on points. And Mackenzie Marshall, young Mackenzie Marshall, I think he's only 13 or 14 on the 250, looking good. So Westcott is currently in the lead on 291. Bayless Utting on 234, and Jack Taylor, Team Green Rider, is currently on third on 193. He didn't have such a good weekend at Lyng. In the Clubman MX2 category, brought to you by Moto Connection, Ben Wainwright stretched out his championship lead, taking the overall win with a couple of wins in a couple of seconds. George Boyce took a couple of race wins on Sunday. Good ride for him. And then Toby Lightbound getting on the box for the first time this year. Our Bell UK rep. So in that championship, Wainwright, the current champion, reigning champion, is on 255 ahead of George Boyce on 183. And Richie Roberts is currently in third on 171. In the Clubman MX1 category, brought to you by Works Sports Insurance, Connor Baldry took his hometown race, win as well, going 2-2-1-1, ahead of Adam Reeves, who went 1-1-2-2. So they tied on points, but Baldry got it done. And then Billy Saunders was third. In that championship, it's Baldry leading the way on 264, ahead of Mitch Best on 213, and then Adam Reeve on 206. Moving into the amateur class, amateur MX2 class, brought to you by Moto Verde. Sean Springer, wildcarding it, took 3 race wins in a second to win the overall at Lyng, ahead of Dan Bruff, who took the last moto win, and Luca Pegg came in third. Pegg leads the championship on 261, ahead of Dan on 249. Then Lewis King London is currently in third on 162. In the MX1 amateur class, Harry Bradley took 3 race wins in a second to get it done. Callum Gordon went wire to wire in the opening moto on Sunday to take his first ever MX Nationals win. So well done, Callum. And Joshua McCockerell came in third. In the championship, Bradley is on 273, leading the way ahead of Billy Wynn on 212. And then McCockerell is third on 201. Sorry, got the sun coming round now, and I've got a job to see the screen. I might have to move it in a minute. Moving into the expert class, brought to you by RFX. Shane Carlos, as I mentioned before, turned up at the weekend. First time we've seen him in a long time at an MX Nationals to take a clean sweep. Won all 4 motos in the MX2 category, ahead of Sam Atkinson and Louis Kessel. Championship's looking good in this one. Kessel's on 226. Coleman is not far behind on 209, and then Atkinson is 197. So that's going to be a good championship all the way to the end, I think, to the final round. In the expert MX1 class, Sean Southgate, another rider regional to Lyng, got it done with a 3-1-1-3 ahead of another regional rider, wildcard in Max Broadbelt, who went 4-2-4-2. And then Jaden Ashwell, who was blindingly fast, took the opening moto and the last moto, but he had a massive crash, I think, in the second moto on Saturday, which damaged his overall chances. But again, a tight championship in this one. Southgate currently leads the way at the halfway stage on 258, but Jordan McCaw, Jaden Ashwell is second on 242, and then McCaw is back on 170. Finally, the elite pro riders in the Apico MX2 category. Tom Grimshaw took the overall and keeps hold of the red plate. It's the first time he's sort of led a national championship, certainly over 2 rounds. So he really wants to try and get this done, keep hold of the red plate. He went 5-1 after a not such a good first moto. Jamie Carpenter went 1-5. So they tied on points, but Grimshaw took the overall, Carpenter second. And again, another local rider who we did all the TV work with up there, Callum Mitchell. He came in third with a 4-2 in the championship. Grimshaw is on 124 points ahead of Carpenter on 107, and then Callum Mitchell on 99. So the top 3 at Lyng, the top 3 in the championship. Finally, onto the Liat MX1 Pro class, elite class. Harry Kulas was immaculate, absolutely immaculate. He went 1-1, although he did get pushed by Tommy Searle in the first race, but Tommy had a little slip off and dropped back, and then that was it after that. So Tommy went 2-2, and Brad Todd having a really good dice over the weekend with John Adamson and others, getting it done for his first podium of the year by my recollection, going 4-3. In that championship, Kulas is stretching away on 141. Gilbert, who missed round 3, obviously off racing the first 2 rounds of the AMA Championship in America. And well done, Josh, by the way. Shame you wasn't with us, but fair play to you. And you got lucky with that crash. So good to see you back this weekend at Cusses. He'll be there. He'll also be doing the straight rhythm as well, I think, Josh. So that's going to be good. Gilbert is second on 95, and Searle is just 1 point behind. So it's shaping up in that MX1 championship as well. But Kulas is going to take some catching, even though we're only at the halfway stage, I think. So there you go. That's a little rewind show. Didn't have a chance to get guests on this week. Unfortunately, it's just, as I said, just been a bit mental between rounds. We're right in the height of the season now. A lot of events going on. But certainly after round 4, we'll get some guests on for the next rewind show. We can get to talk about, obviously, the straight rhythm as well and all that went down at Cusses. So remember, Cusses this weekend, straight rhythm Saturday night, kicking off at 6:30. Be aware of, obviously, on the roads, guys, there's this train strike. So there might be carnage on the roads. But we hope to all see you at a sunny Cusses Gorse this weekend. Thanks for tuning in and listening to me waffle on. Thanks to all our incredible sponsors, really, that make the series happen. I'm looking forward to a great weekend. Another live stream, free of charge, uninterrupted, all day on Sunday on MXN-TV. And, of course, don't forget the Straight Rhythm. We're also live streaming that. Right, I better go and pack the van because I am now leaving here to go and race the Patchwick Trophy. Yes, this Muggins here has agreed to race the Patchwick Trophy. 23 years after winning it, I'm going down there to hand it to Harry Kulas, Josh Gilbert, and loads of our MX Nationals riders. They're all obviously all terrified. Not that I'm going to beat them, that I may whiskey throttle it in practice and ruin their championship. Yeah, it'd be all right. It'd be good. I'll tell you more about that at the weekend. Right, that's it, folks. I'm done. See you at Cusses Gorse at the weekend. And if you're not there, remember to tune in to MXN-TV and watch us all over the weekend on that. I'm out of here. Later, guys. Take care.